These movie sets have had some strange occurrences happen on them while in the middle of filming. Whether it be mysterious deaths or strange coincidences, they are really creepy. Welcome to 5 terrifying hauntings of movie sets. Number 5. The Innkeepers. The Innkeepers is a 2011 horror film written, directed and edited by Ty West. The plot of the film follows 2 employees of the Yankee Peddler Inn Hotel who are determined to reveal the hotel's haunted past and begin to experience disturbing events during it. The film was recorded in a real hotel called the Yankee Peddler Inn. It's located in Connecticut. The hauntings began 2 years earlier when Ty West was filming his other film titled The House of the Devil. During the filming, Ty West and the cast and crew stayed in the hotel as it was close to their set and cheap. West was told by the hotel staff that the hotel was haunted. Locals believe that the hotel was haunted too. West is a skeptic, so didn't believe it. While he was staying there, he said he saw doors open and close on their own and TVs would turn on and off. As he continued to stay there, the paranormal occurrences kept happening and inspired him to write The Innkeepers. He recorded the film at the hotel and stayed there while he did. He said on the first nights that he and the crew stayed there, they all began to have very vivid nightmares and lights would always turn off for no apparent reason. Sarah Paxton, who starred in the film, would wake up in the middle of the night as she had the sense that somebody was watching her. This led to Sarah's agent telling Ty West that Sarah didn't want to stay in a hotel anymore as she was too scared. The crew also complained of human-shaped silhouettes appearing within the hotel. The Yankee Peddler Inn is believed to be haunted by many people. If you want more creepy hotel stories like this, be sure to check out these 2 other videos made by us. Now this one wasn't so bad, but I thought I'd start off light, so be sure to stick around because it's about to get really creepy. Number 4. The Possession. The Possession is a 2012 supernatural horror film. The plot surrounds a haunted box that a young girl buys at a yard sale. Little does she know that inside the box lives an evil spirit. It then begins to haunt the child and tries to possess her. The creepy thing about this is that the film is based off the alleged true story of Kevin Mannis. He purchased a wine cabinet at a yard sale in 2003. It had belonged to a 103-year-old Holocaust survivor. When buying the box, he was warned about it by the woman's granddaughter, who said that the woman was terrified of the box and told people to never open it. As Mannis was driving home with the box, he got a frantic call from work saying that somebody had destroyed the furniture in a shop that he owned. When he arrived there was nobody in the shop, but it was destroyed. But there was no trace of anybody ever being there. A few days later, Mannis gave the box to his mother for her birthday, and quite literally a few minutes after she had accepted it, she had a stroke and lost the ability to speak. He later tried to give the box to friends as a gift, but they all returned it days later, telling him that strange occurrences started to happen. Mannis decided to keep the box. Within the first few days, he started to have terrifying vivid nightmares of demons trying to attack him. Then one day when he woke up, he found all 10 fish in his aquarium dead. Strange occurrences continued, such as doors slamming and strange odors in the air. The odor has been described as an odd mixture of jasmine and cat urine. Mannis then sold the box on eBay for $140 to a college student called Losif. Losif only had the box for 7 months, but within the 7 months, his roommates became violently ill and the house became plagued with dead mice and electronics would fail almost every day. Also, Losif began to start losing his hair. Now for what happened on set. The creators of The Possession were offered to use the real box in the movie, but they refused as the cast and crew were afraid to be around the box, so they recreated it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who starred in the movie, is a skeptic, but he was freaked out by some occurrences that started to happen on set. Whenever a scene including the box were filmed, the room would get eerily cold and studio lights would randomly explode. This happened on several occasions. Also, a fire broke out in a storage room where the props were stored. The cause of fire is unknown. The fire completely destroyed the room, and the recreated box was also destroyed. Number 3. The Exorcist Curse. The Exorcist is a 1973 supernatural horror film directed by William Friedkin. It's based on a 1971 novel called The Exorcist, which is inspired by the 1949 exorcism of a 13-year-old boy. The plot of the film surrounds a 12-year-old girl who has been possessed by a demon after playing with an Ouija board. During the recording of The Exorcist, several strange occurrences happened. 9 people died, a fire broke out which destroyed part of the set, and Linda Blair, who played the starring role, suffered serious injuries after being tossed around for a bed shaking scene. Many believe the Exorcist set was cursed, including the writer of it, William Blatty. William even got priests to bless the set with holy water, as he believed something evil was within it. The curse is believed to have started just weeks after the filming had begun for The Exorcist. Jason Miller, who played a priest in the film, was out with his family when his 5-year-old son was hit by a motorcycle and his legs was crushed and he was in critical condition. Just a month later, Max von Sydow, who also played a priest, shot his very first scene in the movie. Then the day after this, his brother suddenly died. Just 3 months after, Jack McGrowan, who played an alcoholic movie director in the film, shot his final scene in which his character dies after a violent encounter with the possessed girl. Just 2 weeks later, Jack McGrowan died of influenza at age 54. Shortly after this, a fire broke out in the set of the possessed girl's bedroom and put the movie production at a halt for 6 weeks while it was repaired. The cause of the fire was never found out and is still unknown to this day. During a scene in which Linda Blair, who plays a possessed girl, was tossed back and forth on her bed, she fractured her lower back as a harness that was supporting her malfunctioned. Ellen Burstyn, who played the girl's mother, was also a victim of a harness malfunction. She had permanent injury to her spine after she was seriously injured during a scene in which she was thrown from the bed to the wall by the girl. The screams heard in the scene are the screams of real pain. Ellen also said that there was an enormous amount of deaths connected with the film and stated that there were 9 deaths in total. Several of the crew also said that many objects on set would move on their own. This included the telephone that was used to communicate between the set and the production house. William Blatty said that he had seen it come off the hook and fall to the floor. Also, one day while Jason Miller was having lunch and reading over lines, something very bizarre happened to him. A random priest approached him and said, "Reveal the devil for the trickster that he is. He will seek retribution against you, or he will even try to stop what you are trying to do to unmask him." The priest didn't know who Jason Miller was, as he hadn't been in a movie previous to The Exorcist. Shortly after filming finished, 2 other actors died, and so did several of the crew. Also, during the screening of the film in Rome, a thunderstorm broke out. The movie theatre was right next to a 16th century church, and a 400-year-old 8-foot-long cross, which was placed on a church, was struck by lightning and was partly destroyed. It seems like any movie surrounding possession of the devil is cursed. During the filming of another movie, titled The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Jennifer Carpenter, who played the lead role, said that she would wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of her stereo playing Alive by Pearl Jam, but the only lyric that would play was I'm Still Alive. Number 2. Poltergeist Curse. Poltergeist is a 1982 American supernatural horror film directed, co-written, and produced by Steven Spielberg. The plot focuses on a family whose house has been invaded by a ghost that abducts the family's younger daughter. It's believed that the trilogy of the Poltergeist films are cursed, and this can be backed by the strange occurrences that happened on and off set. The curse was believed to have started when real human skeletons were used as a prop in a pool sequence scene in the film. The skeletons were used in Poltergeist and Poltergeist 2. The curse also derives from the fact that 4 of the cast members died in the 6 years between the release of the first and third films. Dominique Dunne, who played Dana, the eldest daughter in the first film, died on November 4th, 1982 at the age of 22 after being strangled to death by her boyfriend. Julian Beck, who played Henry Kane in Poltergeist 2, died on September 4th, 1985 of stomach cancer. Will Sampson, who played Taylor the Medicine Man in Poltergeist 2, died of kidney failure on June 3rd, 1987. Heather O'Rourke, who played Carol Ann in all 3 Poltergeist films, died on February 1st, 1988 at the age of 12 due to septic shock. Several other strange occurrences happened on set too. Oliver Robbins, who was a young actor who played the middle child, was in a near-fatal accident while on set for the first Poltergeist. During a scene where he is strangled by a clown puppet, the prop strangling him malfunctioned and began to strangle him for real. It almost choked him to death. The crew believed he was just acting until they noticed him becoming blue. This is when they realized something was wrong. Also, during Poltergeist 2, Will Sampson performed an exorcism on the set as he believed something evil was within it due to the use of the real skeletons. During the production of Poltergeist 3, a fire broke out in the set of a parking garage and several crew members were hurt. The Poltergeist curse wasn't only on set, it's believed to have followed the cast to their homes, as actress Jo Beth Williams said that during the filming, when she would return home from set, she would find the pictures that were hanging on her wall were all crooked. She would straighten them but find them crooked again the next day. She said it would happen every day. People have reported seeing the ghost of Heather O'Rourke wandering through Paramount Studios and can sometimes hear her giggling. Number 1. The Omen Curse. The Omen is a 1976 British-American supernatural horror film directed by Richard Donner. The plot follows a US ambassador who adopts a child after he and his wife have a stillborn child. After relocating to London, strange events start to occur. It's believed that the child he is raising is the Antichrist. This movie is believed to be cursed due to the bizarre events and hauntings that occurred on and off set. It's believed to be one of the most cursed movie sets ever. Cast and crew involved in it were plagued with mishaps and disasters during the filming. The tragedy started when Gregory Peck's son committed suicide 2 months before filming was scheduled to start. Gregory Peck played one of the main roles in the movie. Gregory was then on a plane ride to set in September 1975 and his plane was hit by lightning. The scriptwriter David Seltzer's plane was also hit by lightning, and so was the executive producer Mace Neufeld's. Then during production, one of the crew members was involved in a car crash but survived. The crew then hired a plane to use in aerial scenes, but they was postponed to using it as the airline needed to use it. It was used for a commercial flight. Just after takeoff, something went seriously wrong and the plane crashed into a road, killing everyone on board. It also caused 2 cars to crash into each other. Everyone in each car died. Also, a hotel that Mace Neufeld was staying at during the production was bombed by the IRA. They also bombed a restaurant the director was scheduled to eat at. Strange events continued to occur on set. The trained animals used in the film began to start randomly attacking their trainers. This included 2 Rottweilers attacking animal handlers. After the filming, the curse continued. John Richardson, the special effects consultant, who had worked on such scenes as the decapitation scene, was in a horrific car crash on Friday the 13th of August 1976. He had crashed while driving in Holland. In the car with him was his assistant Liz Moore. She had been sliced in 2 due to the crash and died immediately. When he staggered out of the wreck, he looked up and saw a road sign that read Omen 66.6 km. During the 2006 remake of The Omen, several creepy disturbances also happened. Cameras on set would show errors saying 666, but the camera repairman insisted that this type of error didn't exist. The error also caused loads of footage to be destroyed. If you enjoy scary haunting stories like this, then go check out Haunting Stories. He makes spooky videos about hauntings, and if you've had a haunting happen to you, then be sure to tell him as he will make a video about it, so be sure that you subscribe to him. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also be sure to subscribe to keep updated with our videos. Goodbye.